All right, MMA Maniacs, it is time once again for your weekly mixed martial arts discussion here on Split Decision. Bueller and Dodge on the mics from the Relive Family Inc. studio. Make sure you check us out. Get us on Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. iTunes, the best way to go if you want to subscribe. You'll never miss a show. Plus, you can get us on our website. The official website is splitdecisionmma.com. And if you want us on Twitter and Instagram, SD_MMA. Like us on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. And we've been getting some good conversations going on there lately. So
yeah, and if you're on Facebook, you got to come check us out. Facebook has admitted that they're only getting our post out to 5 to 7% of the people who like our page. My response to them was, "What's the point of them liking our page if they don't get our post?" They said, "Buy advertising."
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, they changed. It used to be MMA podcast. Let's talk Facebook politics. It used to be when they dropped it originally, they dropped it down to like 30. They kept cutting it in half. They dropped it down to like 32%. It will reach 32% of your people. Then it was 16, and now it's 7 to 8%. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you check out the website because we do get some good discussions going on up there every once in a while. So it's definitely worth looking into. Aside from that, we're going to jump into some news. Also, of course, a quick review of UFC 174. Talk about the Ultimate Fighter and anything coming up.
No, that's it. Other one next week we'll have another fight.
Okay. Well, next week Albert I think is going to step in
if he's around.
If he's
I tried to get him to show up today. I tried to get him to show up on Friday, and the first time it was I can't. I'm working. I told him I didn't think you had a job.
Well, here's the thing.
And then so I hit him up today, and he's like, "Sorry, I can't have a job interview." I'm like, "I thought you already had a job. Like what?"
Because
then I told him, "Well, I hope you get this job so you can stop giving me lame excuses."
I wonder if when he goes into the job interview, if he just has him fill out the workers' comp form.
No, well, that's the thing.
I fell off a ladder.
He works at a yard right now where he has to check trucks in and out of the yard. And his first day, he fell asleep. And when he woke up, there was a truck waiting to get out and 2 trucks waiting to get in. So he basically should be able to be here for the podcast next week because he'll be fired. So I would just plan on Albert being here.
Yeah, and if we can't get Albert, Pat wants to come in and possibly Gene. So
Pat Barry?
No, Pat Abbott, the little guy we talked to out at the Looney Bin.
Yeah. All right. So we're jumping into some news here with some Cormier news.
Daniel Cormier, he did suffer a ACL tear. 50% of his ACL is torn. He does need surgery. Originally, they were unsure if he was going to be having the surgery or not. We just got news yesterday that he will be having the surgery after the Fan Expo in Vegas because he's doing a small wrestling seminar there.
What? Okay, I don't understand that then.
What?
He's going to do a wrestling seminar where he's got a 50%. ACL
it's not like he's going 100%. It's not a competition.
Doesn't that hurt though when you get an ACL tear?
I don't know. I've never had.
Yes, it does.
That's why it's amazing to me that he's. You know what? We'll postpone the surgery till after.
We'll figure it out.
Till after I make it 100%.
I wouldn't say it's more of a burn. It burns.
It burns.
It burns.
But he could go 100% then if he's gonna. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. Ben Askrin.
Ben Askrin, trying to get his name back in the news, of course, because he's having such a great time at ONE FC. He basically is calling out Nick Diaz for who knows what reason.
Why not?
He says, Diaz, he ain't even fighting no more. Why would I talk about me against someone who is retired? Well, if Nick can stay off the pipe, then maybe I'll fight him. He's like taking down a wet paper bag. I wouldn't have much trouble. He'd probably be flipping me off and shit, but I just smile at him.
I mean, he's got a point. Nick Diaz's takedown defense is fantastic, and he does have a lot of problems with wrestlers.
Yeah.
Good way to try to stay relevant. Saying stay off the pipe is just such a... It just sounds like he's doing much worse than he actually is.
Get off the pole.
If I can keep my son off the pipe and my daughter off the pole, I was successful at parenting. Makes it sound like he's doing crack or meth or something, though. He was just smoking some weed, man.
And he has medical exemption for it. Most of the time.
Most of the time. It's not in Nevada. Crow Cop's back?
Crow Cop, well... Sort of is back, yeah. Crow Cop will be having a fight up against Satoshi Aishi at the Inoki Genome fights in Japan, August 23rd. Aishi is on an 8-fight streak. He's not lost since his last fight, which was back in 2011 when he lost to Fedor.
Yeah.
And that's also when he lost
to Roy Nelson.
Well, that's back in 2011 is when Crow Cop lost to Roy Nelson. Yeah,
That's
I was gonna say random tidbit of information though.
oh, nice.
Fedor is technically the linear Super Hulk challenge from Dream because he beat Aishi.
Really?
Yeah, if you were to follow the lineage of that belt, which they never, I don't think it was a real belt, they got in a trophy because it started with Middle Man.
Oh, okay.
Middle Man won that tournament, and then they gone on, they switched a couple times. Aishi was the last guy before Fedor, so Fedor technically is a Super Hulk.
Is it like
champion.
a Stanley Cup where you have to pass it on to the next person? So should Fedor get the Super Hulk trophy?
Technically, he should have it. Yeah,
So, like, if you take that into a restroom and you pull that out, they give you a toilet with a hole in it?
possibly.
Possibly.
Maybe instead of just a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So Crow Cop is taking some time off from his politics to do this.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know why he wants to fight. He hasn't fought since 2011, and the other guy's on an 8-fight win streak. Does he need a paycheck that bad?
yeah, it's Japan.
It's
They're willing to pay him.
actually a really good point. They'll pay Crow Cop a lot of money. All right, moving on.
Jason High still upset about his cut from the UFC.
He touched a ref. It's pretty. I don't understand. It says not logical. It's pretty
He says
cut
it's
and
not
dry.
logical. He says, he basically said, I don't understand. He's like, I guess I just need to readjust my goals. I plan on retiring in the UFC, but I best not dwell on things. He just doesn't understand why. He said, he said there's no comparison. He goes, Dana White kind of backs off like he did with Vitor. He said the commission will take care of Vitor, but not letting the commission take care of my deal instead of, immediately cutting me. I don't understand. He's basically saying that there's no comparison. There's no discipline. The disciplinary actions are not level, I guess. It just happened. Dana White's like, nope, you're gone. And then where other guys are like, well, we'll see what happens.
But other guys pushed refs?
No. I mean, Paul Daly hit a guy and he was gone.
Yeah,
Right.
so I mean, why is he comparing
Right.
what Vitor Belfort did to him pushing a ref? At the same time, though, he could make an argument where Dana White did let a fighter back into the UFC who had knocked out a ref,
True.
the guy from Japan.
Yes.
And he didn't last long in the UFC because he just
Gilbert Yvel.
Thank you. Yeah, he didn't last.
And he
very long
not
in
only
the
did
UFC.
he hit a ref, he hit multiple refs
Yeah.
over in
So,
Japan.
That's what he should be making a case of.
Right.
Like, you let a guy back. You let a guy into the UFC who had a
Right.
history of abusing referees. I did it one time and I'm cut. So I can see him making an argument there, but not with the Vitor Belfort thing.
Well, he wanted the the New Mexico Athletic Commission to, make their choice on what was going to happen. They have issued him 10% of his fine, and he's suspended for an entire year.
Wow.
So it's not like he could be fighting in the UFC anytime soon. Anyway, he's suspended for an entire year, and again, 10% of his purse.
Now, is that just in New Mexico he can't fight? So World Series of Fighting picked him up right now. Could he go fight some like New Hampshire?
I don't believe so. I think once you're banned from fighting in the Athletic Commission, I think the ban stands. As far as I know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fighter. Maybe we can talk to. Maybe Angel might know.
Yeah.
Maybe reach out to some of the guys
across the board ban.
Yeah, across the ban, or maybe one of our listeners might know more of the ins and outs.
Well, because it's handled state by state, so I'm wondering if they just honor each other's bans,
I gotta believe they do.
or if you can find a state where you can slip them some extra cash to let you fight.
I mean, is it going to be like similar to the TRT thing, where at Jersey you can fight right in Jersey with TRT, but in California, Nevada, and other
Right.
states you cannot? Like,
Yeah.
I'll put some out on Google. We have a lot of promoters on Google.
maybe we could, maybe talk to one of the promoters and find out what they have to say. So we were talking about the UFC strawweight division. Obviously, we have the Ultimate Fighter Tough 20 coming up. They start filming in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it will be airing, I believe, at the end of September, around that time.
Wow. All right.
Something like that, yeah, because it goes pretty quick.
That's why I'm so confused that this one was filmed in October.
But we will have our first actual strawweight division. Remember, this is the Tough supposed to be introducing the strawweight division to a lot of the fans. But we will have our first fight next month, actually on July 16th.
Oh wow! Before
the Tough comes out.
That's cool.
Women's strawweight fight has been added to the Fox Sports 1 card, and that will be Claudia Gadelia against Tina Lahatimaki. Lahatimaki.
Sure.
Sounds great.
I like it.
So we will get to see the first ever strawweight before the Ultimate Fighter
Oh, God, that's so tiny.
20.
So what is that? 125?
Yes.
That's insane to me. Phil Baroni and Carl Parisian.
Yeah, coming to Bellator 122. Phil Baroni will be fighting Cairo Parisian
That is what's
down in Temecula, California on July 25th.
Is Baroni's record even right now?
I don't know what his record is.
I'm curious. I'm always curious about Baroni's record when he's even. 'Cause when he's even, he'll usually rack up a win.
It's going to be super tan against super pale.
Who do you think's going to take that fight, Cairo or because Cairo's gone kind of crazy?
Dude, when was the last time Carl fought?
I don't know.
That guy, I haven't even heard that name since he lost his mom.
No, he's 15-17.
Well, that means he's due for
He's
a
on
win.
a 2-fight loss. Yeah, he's due for a win.
He's due for a win.
He's due for a win.
Karo Parisian, like, I don't even understand. That kind of blows my mind that he's stepping back into a cage somewhere. I would want to watch it just to see the freak show that's going to be.
It's going to be down in Temecula. You can drive down there.
I'm not going to drive down it. I've made that drive once. I want to do it again.
No?
No, man. It's a crappy drive, and Temecula kind of sucks.
I lived there for a little while.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm at the absolute dumbest convenience store clerk on the planet there.
Yeah.
Karo Parisian actually fought back in April in Bellator and won knockout.
That's crazy. Like, we haven't even heard his name. We talked about Bellator. I don't even remember saying Karo Parisian.
I think we did.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure when we mentioned, we usually run down the list of names. So
that's wild to me. Him against Baroni. If he's actually winning, then I guess he's probably going to win that fight.
I don't know. Baroni's the best ever.
The best ever being even.
Chael Sonnen has been suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, even though he is retired. If for whatever reason he comes back to fight, he's currently suspended for basically having his failed drug test.
Yeah.
So his early walkaway plan didn't work.
No.
You can't just walk away and come back.
No.
Well, you can, but you're.
You have to still have to serve your suspension.
I think you still have to serve your suspension. But I wonder if he could be like, fine, I'm retired. Serve a suspension. As soon as suspension's up, be like, I'm back.
I'm back, bitches. I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to keep training? This whole thing is such a pretty much a catastrophe for the UFC. You know?
Nah, he's making money, dude. They're going to keep him commentating. They're gonna keep putting on
he's
specials.
making money. That's great. But
Gonna
like
keep
Dana White even said, UFC 175. If Belfort doesn't
can't get
card,
licensed, it's screwed.
Then the card's screwed, and then this happens out of left field. Like 175 is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, added to a UFC card in September. This is going down, I believe, on Fox Sports. This is going to be Joe Lauzon up against Michael Chesia.
I don't even understand that.
Don't care?
Well, no. I mean, it just doesn't even seem like Michael Chesia is on the same level as Joe Lauzon.
He's been doing pretty good lately.
I don't know. Joe Lauzon he just seems like he's a little bit higher up the tier. Okay. But I mean, it does make sense. They're both good grapplers, in the same weight division and stuff. I don't know what kind of prizes you're going to get after you win if you're Joe Lauzon or Michael Chesia. Where does this put you in title contention? It'll be a great win for Michael Chesia, obviously, to beat Joe Lauzon. But if Joe Lauzon beats Michael Chesia, it's just another win.
You just think it's another win for him? Doesn't count much?
I don't think it really does, man.
All right. So speaking of the whole debacle that is UFC 175, we do have a little bit more information on Vanderlei Silva. This I posted up on our Facebook, which this to me is just hilarious. They said basically the reason why Vanderlei ran from the drug testing was because he
had to shit because he took a diuretic.
He was currently on a diuretic. He was currently on a diuretic because he has a wrist injury.
I don't understand that.
That's some puppet action right there.
I don't understand
Somebody's wrist or his wrist is up some butt, maybe his own. I don't know whose butt. I don't know who's controlling who in this puppet situation. But why are you taking a diuretic for a wrist injury? He says, well, he took anti-inflammatories for his wrist injury, which caused him to retain water. And so he decided to use a diuretic to lose the water, which is illegal. They tell you're not allowed to take diuretics to help lose weight because of the people who have died from taking diuretics from losing weight.
Why don't you just drink some coffee, man? That's diuretic.
Right?
Yeah. Some coffee, some tea, diuretics right there. How did he injure his wrist?
In training.
All right. I got this whole weird image from you with this puppet thing now.
Dude, I'm saying the puppet thing is strange, man. I don't understand it.
Like,
he suffered a wrist injury, so he took a diuretic.
Maybe it was. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to. No.
But I like that he
injured his wrist because he's fisting himself, and he took the diuretic to clean himself out. Nobody wants messy fisting.
You got to get the barnacles, man.
Yeah.
But I like he says that he's clarified the truth, and he's gonna wait for Son in suspension and Belfort to get licensed, and then he's ready. He's ready to fight both of them. Like, he just thinks that because he told the truth after getting suspended, that everyth's going to be okay, and he's ready to fight whoever shows up.
Belfort thought taking 2 private tests in his own bathroom at home was like, well, I'm good enough to go now, right?
Hey,
Legos.
His wife helped him with Legos build those tests and put them together.
It's like there's not a clear understanding from Vitor or Wand, and Chael Sonnen just doesn't give a shit.
No, I was going to say, in the whole trifecta of all three of them, it's like
weird.
They're on another planet.
Seriously.
They're on a completely other planet.
Yeah. It's like wait, what was that thing that? Oh no, somebody else posted on Facebook where they were talking about like how difficult it is to get a job here in Modesto, and this person was like, "I have a job."
Yeah.
And it was like he's like, "Yeah, but I applied there, and they won't hire me because I don't speak Spanish." They hired me,
and I don't speak Spanish. Yeah,
and like the person that was doing this conversation was like, "It's like I'm not on the same planet."
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense, and that's what it is with these guys.
Right?
You can't take this drug. Okay, but I can take it, right?
Right.
No, but you can't take this drug. No, I understand, but I can take it.
But if I take it, I'll be okay, right?
Right. Right. Well, like first it was Vitor. I never failed a test.
Yeah.
And then he comes out. He's like, okay, well, I tested high for levels, but I never tested. No, that was your test. It was what your levels were.
It wasn't for steroids,
right?
And it was just testosterone,
right? And then you had Sonnen. He's like, I can't believe he ran. You just got to take the test. Did you take the test? Yeah, I took the test.
Did you pass?
No.
So what are you gonna do now?
Retire.
Vanderlei Silva knows what that you can't take these two drugs
Well, I
together.
took both those tests. I ran from the test. I'm fighting you next.
Yeah. No.
When your suspension's up and you come back.
I hurt my wrist, took a diuretic. I'm fighting two guys.
And what Sonen's saying, Vanderlei Silva knows he cannot take these two drugs that I am also taking.
Right.
He wasn't taking diuretics,
but I can take them.
He was taking different drugs.
No.
It was something else.
It was the specific drugs. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The specific drugs that Sonnen was saying that Vanderlei's going to test positive for, he tested positive for.
Yeah. You're right. It is. It's like they're on a different planet. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
Sonnen, you're pregnant.
It's like they thought somebody winked at him. Like, don't take these drugs. I get it.
So I'm supposed to.
No, what? No, I didn't wink. God damn it.
You look like you're winking. I'm blinking.
We've got to do
I
it.
thought it was a double wink. Like it was totally okay.
We got to do it. We got to make it like a sound clip of Dana sitting in a room with the three of those, bud.
Seriously. Just make up our own conversation.
The three fucking stooges, bro.
It's no different than Nick Diaz testing positive for weed. He just knows he's going to do it,
Yeah, but the thing there is he will tell you. It's like, Nick,
I applied for it and they didn't give it to me.
Nick, are you going to test positive? Yes. Are you retiring? Yeah. Oh my God.
Is there a chance that you won't test positive? Really? Really? All right, moving on to Brandon Vera,
who has now been released by the UFC after his loss.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
We've got a lot of people to get through, man.
This guy, when he came, burst on the scene,
said he was going to be the first guy ever to hold two belts at one time.
I'm going to be the heavyweight and light heavyweight champion of the world, and then he got a lot of setbacks. Like, but it's still my plan. I'm
going to make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen. It just
possibly.
Could he possibly have had the shortest lifespan in UFC?
No.
It was.
He went 8-7 in the UFC with one no contest.
You should fight Phil Baroni.
It's a little heavy for Phil Baroni.
Phil would do it.
Phil would do it.
Phil doesn't give a shit.
UFC has recently signed a new fight that will be happening in Japan in September. We're going to have Miesha Tate going up against the Queen of Pancrase, Rin Naki.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Rin Naki?
No.
She is one of the weirdest, overly sexualized, but like bizarrely sexualized person you will ever see. Like all of her videos or pictures are weird. Okay. I'm going to start posting a bunch of them.
So play the video.
You want to watch this video?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Is there a bug?
Is she going to lick a doorknob?
She's weird, dude. She's crazy muscular.
What is in front of her? A banana and a cockroach?
What?
I don't know.
Why do they all have Lego hair?
What do you mean by they?
What do you mean, you people?
I think it's a beetle on a banana.
I meant banana beetle.
And she's petting the beetle.
It's a rhinoceros beetle. She's got a rhinoceros beetle on a banana. The banana's half peeled. Now the rhinoceros beetles are on her. She's in a towel.
I'm fucking confused.
This.
You're confused, but somebody in Japan is beating off hardcore.
Is she thick?
She's pretty muscular.
Yeah? I don't get what we're watching.
I told you, this is like and this is from the official Pancrase channel. They have like 10 of these.
I don't know, people.
I'm going to start posting some of these up. You guys can decide hot or not. Let's make them fight.
I don't even...
The Beatles are cool, but...
I don't know. They got some Beatles almost like that up at Hogan's.
And then she She just broke the fake dick.
I don't
Now-
know what the banana's about.
Ta-da! Look, there's another one.
Is that her over there?
Yeah.
That one looks kind of hot.
It's weird. It's scary.
But there's no rhinoceros beetles in it, so that's okay.
But you're watching it.
I don't get it. I don't know.
She's in a dominatrix outfit.
Damn.
And she's about to work out with the heavy bag.
Okay.
She's got some guns, dude.
Yeah.
She's thick.
And she's fighting Misha Tate.
So what is she, 4'11"?
Yeah, she's got to be hella short.
Yeah.
She's undefeated right now.
Yeah, I don't know how
She's 16-0.
I don't know how she's going to
I
fare
don't-
against Misha Tate if she's only like
What?
4 feet tall.
Like, what is... I
don't
don't
get it.
understand what...
But you do need to post this one, though.
Can we get a video of her working out with Misha Tate and them both wearing that outfit?
Will they let her wear heels into the ring?
No, you can't have the shoes. Look,
All right.
Now this is working for me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
we gotta leave Joey alone in the room for a little while.
This is working for me. She's sitting on
No!
a big
No,
exercise
it's
ball
not.
and bouncing up and down real slowly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's got like elf ears.
I like the smile.
But her fucking body's weird. Man.
You're freaking Josh out.
Like a midget, right? But they give him like extensions. like fucking drawn quartered and fucking stretched it out or something. I don't know.
I'm waiting for her to pull out
All
one of
right.
the swords from Lord of the Rings.
We'll
and just
have
go
these
ape
on
shit.
our page. You can check them out.
I'm gonna have this one on my phone as soon as I leave here.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Here
In the
we go.
Where's this going?
That's the rear view.
Is this a workout?
I think so.
I don't know. She's
Yeah.
freaky.
I don't know what's... Yeah, she's very freaky. So I don't know if we covered this last week. I think I forgot to cover this, which I'm very surprised I did, is that Bellator has decided to adjust their tournament structure.
Okay.
So now if you've won...
Along with their management.
Well, we'll get to that. That's the next story. So this was before that happened. They decided to make anybody who wins a tournament, they don't get an immediate title shot. Okay?
Okay.
This allows them to get a title shot.
If
They don't have to get an immediate one, but it allows them to get a title shot. But then if you've won a tournament, you then don't have to re-enter the tournament to get a title shot. You are now active to get a title shot at any time as long as you rack up some wins.
So you get a raffle ticket.
that's stupid.
So you have to. You will never get a title shot unless you win a tournament. But you can get as many title shots as you want after you've won a tournament as long as you rack up some wins. Basically, this allows them to have the Alvarez-Chandler 3 if they want. This allows them to have Rampage against Emmanuel Newton, or maybe King Mo against Emmanuel Newton again. Like, all these things allow this to happen because of what they're doing. So, potential eligible title fighters right now. For the heavyweight, we have Vitaly Minikov, Alexander Volkov, and Czech Congo. In light heavyweight, you have Emmanuel Newton, Rampage Jackson, King Mo, Christian Mapumbo, Attila Vey. Middleweight, you have Alexander Shlemenko, Brandon Ward, and Doug Marshall.
Rhino's over there?
Douglas Lim, Carlo Mas, Andrei Korozkov, and Rick Hahn. Lightweight, Eddie Alvarez, Will Brooks, Michael Chandler, Pat Curran, Rick Hahn, Dave Jansen, and David Rickles. Featherweight, Pat Curran, Patricio for Pitbull, Daniel Strauss, Shalbut Shamalov, Frodo Kazablov,
Baggins.
Daniel Wenchel, Joe Warren, and then in bantamweight you have Edward Dantes, Joe Warren, again Marcos Cavallo, and Rafael Selder. All these guys are eligible for title
So
fights.
Pat Curran is actually eligible in 2 weight classes.
As long as so is Joe Warren.
Oh, no, didn't see that. Yeah.
So yeah, all these guys are eligible for title shots.
Okay.
Basically allowing this to happen. Since we're not,
okay.
we just want to make it. They said, I guess it makes for more entertaining fights because it gives them opportunities to switch guys around and put them in title shots instead of just winning a tournament.
I guess I can kind of understand that, but I also kind of like the structure they had behind it because it made for logical choices for title fights.
Yep.
Whereas like every once in a while in the UFC we get a fight and we're like, why in the hell is this person fighting for a title?
Right.
Why is Matt Brown not fighting for a title after 6 wins and then somebody else gets 2 wins and all of a sudden they're a title contender? So it's I kind of like that structure before, but I guess if you want to make money, you got to do something like that.
Well, yeah, like the fact that they were saying that if Chael would have won, he was going to get a title shot in a division that's not even his weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this does pose a problem, at least for the light heavyweight division, where they're talking about, since technically Emmanuel Newton is the champion right now, and they're wanting Rampage to fight him. They train together. He is thinking about retiring. He put on his Twitter that MMA hasn't had my back the way I've had its back. Time to think about retirement or fighting for myself. I don't know what that means. But immediately King Mo got on there and said, so now you feel some type of way because your dick rider got fired and you want to retire.
Didn't he apologize for the Dick Rider thing, and now he's going to bring it back up?
That was, well, yeah, because he's gone. We'll get to that here in a quick second again. Rampage says, you're just mad because I took your number one spot. You can't fight MMA. It's MMA, not high school wrestling. You suck and you are boring. Shut up.
That's the truth.
But I like King Mo. You suck? That's what you said? I know this ain't Quentin tweeting because I thought you were from Memphis. Damn, you're a square.
What? You don't say you suck in Memphis?
Apparently not.
I don't understand.
So then, obviously,
I apparently am out of touch with Memphis slang.
Nope. You're you don't reach out to that market.
I do not.
But the biggest news with Bellator is Yawn Rebney is now gone. He has been let go from Bellator, the company that he started.
That's always fun when you start a company and they fire you.
Right? Well, that's what happens when you sell a majority share to Viacom.
Yeah.
So Bjorn Rebney was let go, and stepping into his place, becoming the new CEO of Bellator, is former Strikeforce CEO and president Scott Coker.
That's interesting.
So we have UFC and UFC A.
Yes. We'll see if Scott Coker just sells Bellator to UFC.
Well, I mean, you have to think Scott Coker did pretty well with Strikeforce when he had it. Except for when he started spending money he didn't have.
Right.
And then he had to sell the UFC. But now that he's got Viacom money,
right,
he might do okay.
They actually let 3 people go, right?
I mean, yeah, they also let.
It's still not his money, so he's still spending money he ain't got.
Right. I'm just wondering if now, does he start pulling guys from the UFC now that he's got money and he knows who to go after? Does he start pulling guys away from Dream or ONE FC because he knows he's got money to get guys after?
He could easily get the Diaz brothers back over there. I mean, they liked working for Scott Coker before, and that's the thing though too is what people don't remember. A lot of people don't remember is that Strikeforce was a kickboxing organization to begin with,
and he turned it into MMA.
He turned it into a household name.
Yep,
for a short period of time, it was a household name for MMA.
I do like that original co-founder of the UFC, Campbell McLaren, says, "Oh, good, he's back. Maybe he could put Bellator $40 million in the hole like he did Strikeforce."
Fantastic.
Pat Militech, on the other hand, says, Viacom spiked Bellator, bringing in Scott Coker to run things would be the wisest choice they could have made. Now just lose the Bellator name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when people keep bringing up this, he lost money, I just got to go back to it. I mean, UFC lost money for over a decade.
Hand over fist.
Over a decade they lost money.
God, that Tito Ortiz pay-per-view debacle that they had to refund everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, insane.
So, and of course, Ben Saunders, who had issues with Bjorn Rebney, says it's a fantastic day for Bellator, Viacom, and everybody above. He said, Bjorn is the number one reason I left Bellator. I had a horrible, traumatizing experience there working for that man. I am damn near retired. Every single fighter on their roster just woke up happy.
So was he molesting him? Is this a whole Vince McMahon thing?
World Series of Fighting matchmaker.
What? Allegedly? What did you just say?
You
can't say that. No, allegedly.
World Series of Fighting matchmaker says today is a victory for all of MMA. For me, for you, for all the fighters. Today should be MMA Independence Day. Freedom from slavery, freedom from abuse, freedom from shadiness. This guy left. I don't want to say his name, but the MMA fans should be happy. I'm sure a lot of people are. I would be, really careful about who says that because this is the same guy who all these fighters just had an issue with. Not just Bjorn Rebney. Remember, it was all on Twitter. Mm-hmm. All the World Series of Fighting guys that were pissed off at this guy. So it's like, why are you saying that, dude?
I guess it's ultimately.
Do you think it's a good thing that Bjorn Rebney is gone?
Yeah, of course I do. I think it's going to be better for the brand. I think Scott Coker has a good, insight into the industry and things like that. Maybe Ben Askren can finally come back and fight somebody.
I think what everybody's wanting is just some consistency.
I like Scott Coker in there because he was good for the freak fights sometimes. He liked bringing stuff into Strikeforce that was,
Think about what
he had what's his name in there? Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was entertaining to watch. I got to see him live. It was great.
There's a lot of stuff I think Scott Coker could do with that company.
Right.
And then sell it to the UFC.
Do you think this is one of them? They're talking about bringing Kimbo Slice back in to the mix.
You just said freak fights. I mean,
right?
He turned it down.
Well, he says nothing's been decided yet.
Which means he saw if they pencil in another 0.
Yeah,
maybe
on this side of the decimal.
Yeah, can we move that decimal point over?
Just move it a little bit over. A little bit.
I mean, I don't know if I'd pay to watch Kimbo fight again, but it seems like something Scott Coker would do. If he brings Scott Coker's got a relationship with Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz didn't really have shit to say about Scott Coker that I remember, did he?
No, he was pretty happy.
So imagine if he could bring Diaz out of retirement, brings his brother with him, gets Gilbert Melendez back over there because Melendez likes Strikeforce too.
He's got a fat contract with the UFC. He's going nowhere, dude.
True.
Yeah.
He's going nowhere.
But when
And Nate has a new contract that he still has to fulfill.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of roadblocks.
Right.
What I didn't know, and that really scares me, and I just found this out, I think, yesterday, Jordan Rebney's dad was the Winnebago Man.
The Winnebago Man.
Yeah, Winnebago Man. You ever see on YouTube where the guy's like Jack Rebney's making the Winnebago commercials and he's cursing all the time? It's like all the edits of everything. Nobody saw that? Nobody really? How long y'all been on the internet? Come on. This thing was like a big thing.
Cats and porn. That's it.
That's it.
And porn.
Is there
And
any-
now
is there
Asians
any
in
porn on it?
lingerie
Yeah.
beating up heavy bags.
Weird midgets, but not midget Asians.
Is Winnebago Man on Pornhub?
They might have made a one. I don't know. We'll watch that after the show.
Hey, but seriously, the
And then I got
Casey
these for
the Casey Kasem
Oh,
outtakes.
hello. That's her?
Yeah.
See, I like her.
Yeah, I had no idea that Casey Kasem was such a potty mouth. If you get a
Oh,
chance.
yeah.
He's a complete body
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
Can we please get?
What are you
can
guys like?
we gotta.
Fucking potty mouth. He's a fucking potty mouth.
Can we please get a fucking downbeat song when I got to do a fucking dead dog request? What the fuck? I got a little fucking girl here. Her fucking dog's dead, and here we are. We're going into fucking CNC Music Factory. This is bullshit.
Yeah, one of the ones is where he's like, how do I know if they're my favorite fucking radio station? I might not even fucking like them. Why am I saying that? Fuck.
Oh, nice.
So more things getting put on Fight Pass. We have a new show called Fightography.
Okay.
Fightography will basically be documentaries about fighters and their careers, also from the point of view of the fighter. So they're going to be talking to guys about their career. The very first one to be put on will be
Whatever.
about Frank Mir.
If you want me to fucking buy Fight Pass, then get the goddamn archives up there now.
I think most of them are up. I haven't seen all of them yet.
I want all Strikeforce. I want all Pride. All WEC,
WFC.
all that stuff needs to be up there. Like the WWE did it right. That shit was
Yep.
ready to go when they launched the app.
Well, they did say that Lorenzo Fertitta said he did sit down and look at the WWE public files, not because he's a fan of wrestling, but because he was a fan of the business model.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that's what they want to do. They're going to, he says, at first we wanted to do, event, live ticket sales, sponsorship, pay-per-view, all those sort of things. Now he's like, we want to be somewhat like the Discovery Channel, where he's like, anybody will watch a documentary on fucking penguins, no matter what country you're in. He's like, but sports, it's very different because you can't take American football and try to sell it to somebody in say, England. They don't necessarily want to watch it. They may want to watch cricket instead. But fighting, everybody wants to watch, just like these nature documentaries. So we want to create documentaries based on fighters and fighting.
That's cool.
So they've started this new thing called Fightography. Again, the first one is of Frank Mir. They have talks where they're going to do Chuck Liddell. They're going to do Sakuraba. They're going to do Forrest Griffin. They have a whole list that they're already planning on filming.
Do extended versions of their UFC embedded up there too.
Yeah, I think they're really cool.
Yeah, it'd be smart.
So another reason to buy Fight Pass.
I'll give it a year and then I'll probably buy it.
Okay.
Then it seems like everything will be in order.
All right.
Coming on now to the UFC 174, which took place last Saturday. Where was it at? In Canada?
It was in Vancouver, Canada.
Which does not want it back.
Well, one person doesn't want it back. They had one writer, of course. In every city they go to,
I
there's
know.
one writer that writes some scathing, bizarre, brutality, human cockfighting was allowed in
Right.
Vancouver,
This
and how could
demeans
this
us
happen?
as humans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the fight card sucked. Three of the fights actually got finished. Every other one went to decision.
Yep.
A lot of them boring ass decisions. But we can run down the list real quick.
Hey, the woman fight that I watched on the prelims was pretty damn good.
So Jason Sago was on Fight Pass up against Josh Shockey. He won via TKO in the first
Shocker
round.
lost, man.
Shockey lost. It sucks. Michinori Tanaka took out Roland Delorme. This was a nice decision, which most of them are going to be. Your only other KO was Taehoon Bang up against Kajan Johnson. You took Bang on that one, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
He got banged.
Yeah. Johnson got banged.
He hit him pretty good. He caught the dude's leg with his left and hit him with the right and just dropped him, knocked him out. It was beautiful.
Wait, like in that NOS commercial?
Yeah. Pretty much. He took the head kick, held onto but instead he took the head kick, held onto the leg, and just hit him.
We had to keep his balance somehow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you going to do? Another decision. You got used your win over Mike Easton and
That was a surprise.
Valerie Letourneau.
That was a good fight. Valerie's the one who ended up with the big black eye we were looking at earlier.
Okay. Up against Elizabeth Phelps was
That's
a split
big
decision.
black eye. Possible broken orbital,
As
not
opposed
with
to
the
a
big black guy.
Black hawk. Kichi Kunamoto got a submission over Daniel Serafian. Mm-hmm. So you go there. OSP up against Ryan Jimmo. This is a verbal submission.
Ryan Jimmo broke his arm. That was the broken arm we were looking at earlier.
Yeah.
He now has.
Was he blocking a kick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he has 8 screws in it now.
Okay. Arlovsky won a terrible decision over Brendan Schaub.
Well, a well-deserved decision, but a shitty fight.
Yeah,
Right.
Brendan Schaub's face, he looked horrible. Did you see his face?
And he broke
I
his
was-
jaw.
I was
again.
just
He
reading
broke
the
his
play-by-play.
jaw,
broke
right?
his jaw. His orbital looked broken.
So does he win the glass jaw award? He actually broke his jaw.
It's kind of weird. They're both knockout artists with knockout power and glass jaws, and neither one of them went to sleep in that fight.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
He said, Arlovsky says that he felt flat. He felt like he was nervous for the first time in his career in a long time.
Really?
Like his very first fight.
Weird.
Because he had people talking about his glass jaw before he went in the ring.
And upsetting him before his fight, Joey.
Who would do that? Who would bring up the glass jaw thing? That's just an asshole thing. to
Don't
do.
bring up the bullshit.
That's bullshit, man.
That bullshit.
That's bullshit.
There he is. Look at him. He's so pretty.
Oh.
Damn.
His eye could talk.
Damn. He has an eye-gina. Holy cow. Well, I'm glad that Arlovsky racked up a win. I like to see what else he can do.
What is the age difference between these guys?
Arlovsky's 34, 35.
Joey's making up numbers.
You're making up numbers.
I'm saving that.
Brandon Schaub is in his 20s.
Yeah. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Sad.
Ryan Bader over Rafael Cavalcante.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're still doing that, huh? Damn it.
35 and 31. Arlovsky.
Oh, so there's only 4 years difference?
Yeah.
Wait, Schaub is how old?
31.
31.
Okay. So I was right on Arlovsky's age?
You said 34.
I said 34, 35. You said I was making up numbers. Dick.
That's why he closed it so fast.
Rory McDonald, Tyrone Woodley. This went to decision as well. Not a lot of people impressed with this fight.
No, especially with Roy McDonald's dancing weird.
I was
Yeah.
impressed with this dance.
I
thought
think
it
he,
was
I
kinda
think he
awesome.
was throwing like invisible waves. I don't know what he was doing.
He was doing the Leonardo DiCaprio dance.
Yeah,
He was casting a lightning spell.
it just didn't work.
And then Ali Bagatana was completely outclassed by Demetrius Johnson, who retained his belt.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson was all over.
Well, we were saying this last
So
week.
fast.
It's like Bagatanov is not in the same league as Demetrius Johnson. I'm sorry.
No,
I mean, maybe he earned a title shot, but still, he's not. He's not on that level.
And it's sad, too, because, I mean, for all 5 rounds, you're like, okay, maybe he'll get one. No.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, just,
No.
just a
No.
one-sided
No.
athlete.
nope.
No.
I think he's
25-minute one-sided
Seriously. I think in the third, maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the third, you're like,
like,
no, he's
No.
still.
Damn.
No.
Poor guy. Well, Dad, you did it. You didn't get knocked out.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
didn't get submitted. Good job, Dad.
Yeah. When your corner people don't even know what to say in the
Yeah.
fourth, they're like,
What do you guys think I should do? Go home?
stay alive.
Yeah. it's
yeah. Caleb Starnes.
When you go over and they're talking about what they're going to eat after the fight, and it's only the third round.
Because, I mean, we've all heard the stupid ones, too. You need to avoid the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Stop letting him kick you.
That was my favorite. Stop letting him kick you. You're better than that. Stop letting him kick you. Don't get hit by those stupid kicks. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. You're getting hit by those kicks. That's live commentary, and I can tell you what corner that was from.
that is a real quote from a real fight. There's some brilliant corners out there.
I was like, who brought that guy?
That's right there was when you were bobbing,
Yeah.
you should have been weaving.
Should have been leaving.
I'm just saying.
All right, so that wraps it up. We'll have another fight to look forward to next week. I won't be here, but we'll have another guest host in here, and you guys can all have fun and do all that stuff and rock and roll.
All
What is
right.
the next one? Is it UFC 175?
No, we have.
It's a fight night,
It's a
right?
Yeah,
fight
we'll
night.
fight
Okay.
night.
All right, cool. So we'll check on that next week, of course, and we'll have all the news updates as well. Once again, tell your friends you can get us on Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. iTunes is the best way to go if you want to subscribe. If you have iTunes, you won't ever miss an episode, which is pretty nice. Also, our official website, splitdecisionmma.com, and on Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. Give us a like, SD_MMA on Instagram and Twitter. And that is pretty much it. from the Ruloff Family Inc. studios, Bueller and Dodge saying have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.